Hello and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News on this Tuesday, November 11th. I'm Grant Olson. Here's some of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. The Chelan-Douglas Regional Port Authority plans to hold a public meeting on Monday concerning its proposed Tax Increment Financing District, or TIF, which it hopes to install in the Malaga area. A 21-year-old driver from Omak allegedly caused a head-on collision Monday afternoon that injured himself and a Gig Harbor woman outside Pateros. Expect increasing clouds tomorrow with rain likely on Thursday. Your full local weather forecast is straight ahead. The Wenatchee Convention Center is celebrating the completion of its building expansion. A 19,000 square foot wing was added to the city-owned building in 2 stories. The new addition is connected to both the Convention Center and the Numerica Performing Arts Center, with each level offering new accommodations for events and meetings. Highlights include Fountain Hall, a light-filled venue that for 300 guests that can also be divided into 3 breakout rooms, and new audio-visual technology throughout the space. Construction began in May of 2024 and cost roughly $16 million. General Manager Linda Harold told NCWLIFE News the Convention Center will hold its official reopening next week. The Chelan-Douglas Regional Port Authority plans to hold a public meeting on Monday concerning its proposed Tax Increment Finance District, or TIF, which it hopes to install in the Malaga area. A TIF district captures a portion of future property tax as assessed values go up. The port hopes to use that revenue to finance new economic development in the Malaga area. But Chelan County has protested the move alongside other taxing districts such as the Wenatchee Valley Fire Department and NCW Libraries, which fear losing part of their tax base. The county sought to halt their creation of a TIF with a moratorium, but a local judge invalidated that strategy in a ruling last week. The port's informational meeting is scheduled for 6 to 7:30 p.m. on Monday at Mission View Elementary School in Wenatchee. 3 more public briefings are scheduled over the following week at the Confluence Technology Center. Washington State Treasurer Mike Pelliciotti will be in town on Thursday for a visit with the Wenatchee Rotary Club. Pelliciotti was elected in 2020 after working as an assistant attorney general and serving in the Washington House of Representatives for North Pierce and South King counties. As state treasurer, he's responsible for managing the state's cash flow, investments, and debt. Pellicciotti's presentation with the Rotary Club will begin at noon inside Public Markets Local Tel Event Center. The event is free and open to the public. Wenatchee Valley military veterans and their many supporters marched, rode, and drove the route today along Chelan Avenue in commemoration of Veterans Day. The annual event recognizes service members, both living and dead, with full military honors. Participants passed out U.S. flags to bystanders along the route. The parade passed at Memorial Park in downtown Wenatchee to hear a rifle volley and the playing of taps. The Wenatchee Valley Fire Department hosted a barbecue at Pybus Public Market after the procession. Veterans Day has been celebrated under different names since 1918, when it was established to mark the end of hostilities in World War I. When we come back, a 21-year-old driver from Omak allegedly caused a head-on collision Monday afternoon that injured himself and a Gig Harbor woman outside Pateros. And Washington's 2 U.S. senators were not among the 8 who crossed party lines to vote for an end to the 41-day shutdown of the federal government. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCWLIFE, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
caught in a conflict? Family, workplace, neighbor, business, housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
Welcome to Mountain Chick Floral, your go-to flower and plant shop in downtown Wenatchee. Explore their wide variety of unusual and fun plants. And when you buy a plant in a container, they'll pot it up for you absolutely free. Birthday or weddings, they'll create the perfect floral arrangement for you. Brighten up your office with fresh blooms delivered to your door or business. Ask about floral subscriptions. Visit Mountain Chick Floral today, where every occasion is a reason to celebrate with flowers.
Is your yard outdated, overgrown, or just not working for your lifestyle? At Bailey's Pro Landscaping, they specialize in transforming ordinary outdoor spaces into beautiful, low-maintenance landscapes built for Central Washington living. From custom designs to full installation, they bring expertise, creativity, and craftsmanship to every job. Your yard has potential. Start your project with Bailey's Pro Landscaping.
A 21-year-old driver from Omak allegedly caused a head-on collision yesterday afternoon that injured himself and a Gig Harbor woman outside Pateros. The Washington State Patrol says at about 3:45 p.m., Gilbaldo Vejar Barber was heading north on Highway 153 when his 2015 Acura crossed the center line, striking an oncoming Kia Sportage. 70-year-old Cynthia L. Morgan of Gig Harbor was the passenger in that Kia. She had to be airlifted for treatment at Confluence Health Hospital in Wenatchee. Barber was treated at Three Rivers Hospital in Brewster. The cause of the crash is still under investigation, but troopers say he's likely to be cited for responsibility in that accident. Douglas County has completed construction on the 21st Street Northeast Canal crossing. The county worked to replace the old culvert with a concrete box culvert to improve safety and infrastructure. Construction began on October 20th and 21st Street Northeast was closed to through traffic. The county finished paving work on Monday. That's a few days behind its initial anticipated completion date of November 7th. The culvert's $1.78 million reconstruction is tied to a larger project on 21st Street Northeast between North Baker Avenue and North Devon Avenue, where other pedestrian and traffic improvements will be made next year. Washington's 2 U.S. senators were not among the 8 who crossed party lines to vote for an end to the 41-day shutdown of the federal government. Senators Patty Murray and Maria Cantwell, both Democrats, were among 40 holdouts in the dispute over continuing subsidies for health care tax credits, which fuel insurance coverage under the Affordable Care Act. The resolution that passed the Senate on Sunday does not address those subsidies, and in a floor speech Monday, Murray said without them, huge increases in medical premiums are endangering American families.
We have Republicans talking about going back to the good old days of high-risk pools, which meant people with cancer could not get health insurance. We have Speaker Johnson bragging that Republicans strengthened health care by making the biggest cut to Medicaid in history. That's like saying you strengthened a ship by throwing the passengers overboard. And when Democrats offered a clean, one-year extension of the tax credit, which is truly the most straightforward and common sense thing we can do for people facing gigantic premiums hikes this year, Republicans said never, ever, ever, ever. They called it, quote, political terrorism. And to really put a fine point on it, they fired up the old bad ideas machine to try and find a new way to repeal the ACA.
Coming up next, the Chelan County Regional Justice Center has a new drug detection dog on the beat. We will introduce him to you in tonight's feature story. One more quiet weather day tomorrow before it looks like an all-day rain event moves in on Thursday. I'll have all your weather details coming up, followed by Eric Granstrom with a look at all the day's sports action as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues after these messages.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCWLIFE, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. I've been helping people for nearly a decade understand their Medicare options. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand coverage options so you can feel confident in your Medicare decision. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today or see me at my office in Wenatchee with easy parking and entrance.
Merry Maids can clean your entire home, business, or vacation rental from top to bottom, inside and out. Merry Maids will even take care of cleaning your carpets, and they can pressure wash your home. Merry Maids has thousands of happy customers. They've been cleaning homes and businesses in our valley for over 25 years. Check out their glowing reviews at merrymaidesofwenatchee.com and call the cleaning experts, Merry Maids, to get your free estimate. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. So relax, it's done.
NCWLIFE Channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCWLIFE would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
The Chelan County Regional Justice Center has a new drug detection dog on the beat. A rescue pup named Cato is the third to hold his office after predecessors Kate and Gambit. Cato's handler, Skylar Silsby, is the jail's new canine officer, replacing Jacob Lewis, who established the local drug detection program. Cato is trained to sweep the jail and detect illegal substances, including fentanyl, cocaine, and methamphetamine. Silsby has been on the job since June, both in the jail and in Chelan County schools. In tonight's feature story, he spoke about how he met his canine partner on the Chelan County Connection podcast.
Cato is a 3-year-old German Shepherd, and he came from, I think, the streets here in Wenatchee when he first made his appearance in the Wenatchee Humane Society. He was adopted by a family, had him less than a year, and they returned him. He wasn't a good fit. They said he had too much drive. They couldn't wear him out enough to keep him in the house. So through the Department of Corrections Training Academy, the trainer, Terry Hartman, actually came to Wenatchee to seek out a dog, specifically for me, since I was going through the academy from the Wenatchee Valley as well. He had this big plan in the beginning that he was going to pair a Wenatchee dog with a Wenatchee guy. So when we got paired, it was kind of a surprise to me a little bit, because I was working with so many different dogs at the same time, and he was like, "All right, you're getting this dog." And I think since then it's been the best fit. He's fantastic at home. He's great with the family. He's starting to warm up a little bit now. It took him a couple of weeks here at the jail, but he's doing really well. So it was a 6-week program that was hosted by the Washington Department of Corrections. The canine manager over there brought us in after Jacob set up the foundation of a relationship that he built with them. He kind of squeezed us in, did us a favor, really kept us up to speed as far as the K9 unit goes. We started with a green, no training dog, trained him from ground zero. As I trained him, and we built a relationship kind of throughout that. So it was a long road, one of the hardest academies that I've been to. Definitely tested me a lot more than the other. But it was great, and I'd do it 10 times over. Deputy Jacob Lewis did a phenomenal job building this program from absolutely nothing to what it is today. And sometimes, I feel almost like I have imposter syndrome some days. It's a really difficult position, but at the same time, it's very fulfilling. The biggest thing that I'm working on right now is continuing our school contracts. So the schools are able to utilize our services as the K9 unit. And I actually was able to get Mansfield on board. Mansfield School District marks the 10th school district in Chelan and Douglas County that we've added to the roster. So super excited about that. I should be meeting with them soon.
Time now to take a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a great Tuesday. And after the fog lifted, at least here in the Wenatchee Valley, not a bad day, a little bit on the cool side. But as we look out our weather window from this afternoon, I'm just going to get out of the way. What a gorgeous shot. This is our Billy Goat Sky-Fi camera, and it's looking towards Pateros and up into Okanagan County. And folks, they have been socked in like this all day long with that heavy cloud cover, an inversion up in Okanagan County, also heavy fog, which finally lifted this afternoon around Moses Lake, Ephrata, and in the Quincy area. So we all kind of dealt with that fog and then some cool temperatures this afternoon. As we move forward in the week, tomorrow we will see weather changes begin, increasing clouds throughout the day on Wednesday as an area of low pressure and a large trough moves our way. Our best chance for rain will be on Thursday, and I think it could be almost an all-day rain event for us Thursday. We're also keeping our eye on mountain pass snow Thursday night into Friday morning, and we could also be dealing with some gusty winds as we get into Thursday. Some areas 50 to 60 mile an hour gusts. So a lot happening as we get into the end of the week. Today's high temperature unofficially, boy, it was a cool one. 44 out there, a couple of degrees below where we should be for this time of year. 46 is our normal high. Our record high, 59, set in 1990. We were at 36 for a low this morning. That's above where we should be. 32 is our normal low. And look at that chilly record low set in 1985 of 13 degrees. Sunrise this morning, 7 o'clock, and it's set this afternoon at 4:29. Getting you into that Wednesday forecast, temperatures will be warmer than today. We thought we'd be about these temperatures, but it was cooler today. Tomorrow we'll get there. 53 in Moses Lake and Ephrata, 52 in Quincy, 50 for both Wenatchee and Entiat, 49 for Chelan, 48 in Omak, and 48 as well tomorrow for a high temperature in Leavenworth. And remember, we're going to see clouds rolling in as we get through our day on Wednesday. Tonight, cloudy skies. We will see mild overnight lows as high pressure begins to move east, and that will allow that area of low pressure to move our way. Low temperatures tonight, right around 40 degrees. For Wednesday, mostly cloudy skies. High pressure will have control of our weather for one more day, and then a double shot of low pressure will move into our state, and that'll bring a good chance for showers on Thursday. Highs on Wednesday around 50 degrees, and then here we go for Thursday. Deep trough of low pressure will bring a very wet southwesterly flow our way, a 90% chance that we'll see some rain. High temperatures in the low 50s. I'm thinking we could see around a quarter of an inch of rain on Thursday. For Friday, mostly cloudy skies. The storminess moves away, but we're still seeing a very moist westerly flow. So we're going to keep about a 50-50 chance for moisture once again on Friday. High temperatures to end our week into the low 50s. And then for our upcoming weekend, kind of a mixed bag. Saturday, not bad at all. A brief ridge of high pressure over the Pacific Northwest. We will still see clouds on Saturday, but look at these temperatures, low to mid 50s possible Saturday afternoon. And then by Sunday, that next round of storminess moves in. Here's our cold front through the western part of the state, and that moisture will move east as our day progresses. A 30% chance of afternoon and evening showers. Our high on Sunday into the low 50s. And then as we kick off our next work week on Monday, partly cloudy skies, just a little bit cooler with the northwesterly flow. High temperatures on Monday consistently right around 50 degrees. All right, 7-day forecast now, and it's brought to you by Colonial Vista Senior Living in Wenatchee, where comfort, care, and community come together. 40 degrees overnight for an overnight low, mostly cloudy and 50 for Wednesday, and then a couple of rainy days, especially on Thursday. 90% chance of the wet stuff, 52 for highs both days, mostly cloudy and mild Saturday and 53, and then possibly back to more rain showers on Sunday, 52 your high, and partly cloudy skies then by Monday with a high temperature then of 50 degrees. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
I'm Jen Mueller. Watch for my show, I Cook, You Measure on NCWLIFE. It's part cooking instruction, part entertainment, and all about connecting over food and wine with your favorite Northwest athletes.
Watch I Cook, You Measure with Jen Mueller Mondays at 1, Wednesdays at 2, Fridays at 11 a.m., and Saturday and Sundays at 10:30 p.m. right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
BC Outdoor Sport Fishing TV, Season 14. Join your host Mike Mitchell and his special guests as they explore some of the most exciting fisheries BC has to offer. BC Outdoors Sport Fishing TV. Check your listings for airtimes.
And a good Tuesday to you. The Kraken are back at home tonight to host the Columbus Blue Jackets in NHL play. Seattle is tied for second in the Pacific Division of the NHL's Western Conference with the Vegas Golden Knights. Anaheim leads the Pacific with 23 points, while Seattle and Vegas each have 18. Now, Columbus has been on the struggle bus so far this season, coming in with just 5 points. Next to last in the Eastern Conference, the two teams will drop the puck at 7 o'clock at Climate Pledge Arena with game broadcast on Kong TV. Well, the tendency would be to think all is well in Seahawks land following a 44-22 win over Arizona Sunday. Coach Mike McDonald says not necessarily the case. Seattle jumped out to a 35-0 first-half lead Sunday, but allowed Arizona to come back with a sloppy third quarter. Coach McDonald says that's exactly what the Seahawks cannot afford to do.
But yeah, great guys played great. You know, we had the lull there in the third quarter, which we need to learn from. Ball's been in jeopardy too often offensively, and so that's something we need to focus on moving forward. And I'll tell you what, the guys responded though in really tough situations. We knew this game. It seems like based on the score, you think that it's that it was just kind of like a whatever in the second half, but it was not the case. Arizona did a great job coming back, fighting, and making it a couple score game. So we had to close it out there in the fourth, and the guys responded and they did a great job.
Seahawks also got some bad news following the game. That starting center Jalen Sundell went down with a knee injury. Coach McDonald gave the media an update.
It's going to be multiple weeks, and I'd say IR is under consideration with it. So not season ending as of today. We'll be getting other guys ready, but Olu will be our center right now. I'm really excited for Olu, talking about staying ready, and then when this opportunity presented itself, played some really good football for us, and he's really catalyst behind a lot of those runs. A lot of the things that he does well, Olu does too, but Jalen, he's a great athlete, get to the second level, he's tough, resilient, all those things, but Olu is too. Olu is also a really good player, and he's played great football for us. And that's what we're gonna need from him.
Last year at this time, Seattle had a 4-5 record and was coming off an overtime loss to the Rams. This year, they're 7-2. Coach McDonald was asked the difference between then and now.
Man, that was like a lifetime ago. Just a whole new team. It's really haven't taken a step back to like say where we are, because it really doesn't matter where we're at right now. What really matters is that we had an awesome team meeting, and we had a great lift, and we had a great meeting. Okay, now we got to go put a great game plan together, and then on Wednesday we got to go have a great first and second down install, and we got to execute at a high level, and we got to fix it. And then that's kind of where our mind is at right now.
Seattle has a showdown for first place in the NFC West Sunday in Los Angeles against the 7-2 Rams. Kickoff set for 1:05 on Fox. Local prep football fans might be wondering, hey, what's happening with my team in the playoffs? Well, we got you covered. Let's start with the WIAA State 4A playoffs, where Moses Lake will host Bothell Saturday at 1 o'clock at Lions Field. Cashmere and Royal each have first-round byes in the 1A tournament. Tomac will travel to Rochester Saturday for a 2 o'clock kickoff. Okanagan earned a home game for the first round of the State 2B playoffs, as the Bulldogs will host Reardon Friday night at 7. Liberty Bell is fresh off of scoring 86 points last weekend and will be on the road Saturday at Unalaska. That'll be at 1 o'clock. First round of the State 1B tournament finds Moses Lake Christian at Wahkiakum Friday night at 7. Etihad visits Elmira Cooley Heartline Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock. Now, it's not on your screen, but the 2A schools. Prosser plays at Ording Friday at 6. East Valley of Yakima hosts Burlington Edison Saturday at 2. Othello will host Seaholm Saturday at 4 o'clock. Well, Cascade is opening up the first round of the State 1A girls soccer tournament on the road today. The Kodiaks are in Blaine to take on Linden Christian. It was not a good start. They were down 4-0 in the first 10 minutes of the game. We'll have more on that tomorrow on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Cashmere will host Tenino in the first round tomorrow night at 6. Wenatchee's first round game of the 4A tournament will be Wednesday night in the Apple Bowl against Meade. That's at 6 o'clock. Moses Lake travels to Issaquah Wednesday, also at 6 p.m. Well, tomorrow is the first day of the State 2B and 1B volleyball tournaments. It's happening at the Sundome in Yakima. Manson drew LeConner for a first-round game at 9:45, while Tonasket is facing Toledo. If the Trojans and Tigers both win, they'll face off in the quarterfinals Wednesday night. Etihad has an early wake-up call at the State 1B tournament. Tigers will play Tahola in a play-in game at 8 a.m. Soap Lake also has a play-in game at 8 o'clock against Wahkiakum. Waterville Mansfield can sleep in a little bit, as the Shockers won't play until 11:45 against Providence Classical School. Well, the WIAA State 1A volleyball tournament doesn't begin until Friday in the Sundome. Cashmere has a familiar foe in the first round. They're playing Omak at 9 o'clock. Chelan is the number 1 seed in the bottom of the bracket and will play the Bear Creek School in the first round. That's at 10:45 on Friday. Well, the Wenatchee Wild are looking to stay on a hot streak as they head for Seattle tonight. Wenatchee's coming off a weekend sweep of Portland and Prince George as they head to Showplace Arena to face the Thunderbirds tonight at 7:05. Austin Drade stopped by Wake Up Wenatchee Valley this morning to talk about playing the T-Birds tonight.
It is a hostile environment. It's a tough place to pick up a couple points. The home team back there has won 4 consecutive against us, so it's a tough place to pick up a win. But we're playing against, the good news is, a team that has been penalized the most in the league, so if the Wild can keep their discipline, power plays could be coming tonight. And a team that has started well, but that hasn't carried through in the second period for some of their games, so a chance to kind of ride out a storm in the first period if we need to, and then push for the lead in the second period. But it's a game where you can't assume anything, you can't take anything for granted coming in, and it's a group that is very tough at home, not just against us, but all the teams that they've played at home this season. So it's an opportunity, but it's an opportunity that these guys got to take seriously.
Wild continue the road trip Friday at Portland at 7 o'clock before coming home to host Prince Albert Saturday at 6, and Portland again Sunday at 4 o'clock. You can hear the action locally with Austin Drade on 560 KPQ. That's a check of sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Tuesday.
And that will do it for this Tuesday edition of the NCWLIFE Evening News. Remember, if you see news happening, let us know. Email your news tips to news@ncwlife.com or just give us a call at 888-6295. Our channel is also available on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great night.